Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, what an extraordinary success. And I just want to reiterate one thing, that the artist that wishes me to thank the British Red Cross for all this work. The Red Cross emblem, he said, is restricted by the UK Geneva Conventions Act in order to preserve its protective function during armed conflicts, and to make it very clear that when the symbol appears by itself, one can trust that it means, don't shoot, I'm not in the fight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the Banksy, the game changer, lot number 6 in the sale here. A highly important picture for so many different. To open it, ladies and gentlemen, at 1,600,000, 1,800,000, at 2 million for the Banksy. A pause at 100,000, 13,100,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the Banksy, the game changer.
The signed oil painting by the elusive artist shows a boy holding aloft a nurse doll, while Batman and Superman figures are consigned to a bin. It first appeared in Southampton General Hospital on England's south coast during the first wave of the global coronavirus crisis in May last year. The artist, who first emerged out of Bristol's graffiti scene in southwest England in the 1990s, left a note with the painting thanking hospital staff for their work battling the pandemic. Christie said in a statement the painting was a departure from Banksy's usual irreverent style and was instead, quote, a personal tribute to those who continue to turn the tide of the pandemic. End quote. The painting may also have a political subtext, though, as it was donated shortly after Prime Minister Boris Johnson told the public antibody tests could be a game changer in the pandemic, only to have experts quickly pour cold water on the idea.
100,000, 13,100,000.
The first message ever fired off at Twitter sold on Monday for $2.9 million when its sender, Jack Dorsey, accepted the winning bid for the collectible as a non-fungible token, or NFT, at an auction. Jack accepted the offer from Sinestavi for $2,915,835.47. Read a tweet from the Valuables by Cent auction platform. This tweet is now minted on the blockchain. The profile on the auction winning account indicated it belonged to Sina Estavi, chief executive of blockchain technology-related startup Bridge Oracle. A copy of Dorsey's inaugural tweet and a history of the bidding was posted at the v.cent.co website. Dorsey's tweet highlighted a surge of interest around NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. NFTs use the same blockchain technology behind cryptocurrencies to turn anything from art to sports, trading cards, into virtual collector's items that cannot be duplicated. Dorsey on Monday tweeted thanks to @Sinestavi along with a message indicating the proceeds were sent to give directly nonprofit in East Africa that helps people living in poverty.
Meanwhile, the heads of Facebook, Google, and Twitter will testify before Congress Thursday on disinformation following a tense U.S. election, Capitol attack, and rise of a new administration seemingly intent on doing battle with big tech. The remote video hearing will be the fourth for Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg and Twitter's Jack Dorsey since last July, and the third for Google's Sundar Pichai, evidence of how the company's vast economic and political power has landed them squarely in the crosshairs of Democrats and Republicans alike. Quote, whether it be falsehoods about the COVID-19 vaccine or debunked claims of election fraud, these online platforms have allowed misinformation to spread, intensifying national crises with real-life, grim consequences for public health and safety, said the heads of the two congressional subcommittees holding the hearing in a statement. U.S. President Joe Biden this week named a prominent advocate of breaking up big tech firms, Lina Khan, to head the Federal Trade Commission in a move suggesting an aggressive posture on antitrust enforcement. Another big tech critic, Tim Wu, was recently appointed to an economic advisory post in the White House.
A Nike-sponsored gym, support staff, including nutritionists and English language classes, are all part of the setup at T1, one of the world's top esports organizations, where around 70 gamers are looking to emulate its highest-profile member, League of Legends giant Faker. Take a look.
Sports legend. And so, because a lot of our players are young, they do require some support, and just generally, like, there's a lot of pressure and stress on them. And so our staff does a great job of creating that good environment for them to succeed and be taken care of mentally and physically. So their condition is peaking for good performance. League of Legends, there's about 100 million monthly active players. And to be a pro, you have to be at the top of that, the elite of the elite. And to join T1, you have to be even higher than that. And so it's fair to say, I think, that T1 is South Korea's ambassador team to the world. And in a lot of ways, we are showing the best that we have in other regions. And in ways like So Heung-min is doing for soccer, and BTS is doing for K-pop. We hope to do that for esports. He just has this deep competitive nature in him, along with a good mental, emotional intelligence to last this long. Similar in a lot of ways to other top sports legends out there, like Michael Jordan or like a Tiger Woods.
재작년에 제가 2군에서 1군 올라왔는데 되게 별 생각 없이 있다가 갑자기 바짝 돼서 이제 나도 잘하는 선수들과 경쟁할 수 있다는 그런 생각에 되게 설렜던 것 같습니다.
Explosive growth has turned competitive video gaming into an increasingly professional sport with a youthful, ever-growing fan base that appeals to sponsors and advertisers. Players, mostly in their 20s or even teenagers, can attract a global following to rival stars in traditional sports, with the best making millions of dollars in salaries and prize money. South Korea is the leading power in esports, and in a brand new 10-story building in Seoul's expensive Gangnam district, dozens of T1's professional and budding gamers train following a routine similar to mainstream sports. Now, promotional photos showed the team in uniform, half of them in glasses and most with identical putting basin haircuts. T1 was founded by South Korean telecommunications giant SK Telecom in 2004, which combined it 2 years ago in an international joint venture with Comcast Spectacor, a subsidiary of the U.S. entertainment giant Comcast, which also owns the Philadelphia Flyers ice hockey team.
U.S. actor George Segal, whose long film and television career spanned from the 1960s to the present day, has died at age 87. Segal, who was nominated for an Oscar for the 1966 drama Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, died in Santa Rosa, California, of complications from bypass surgery, his wife told the Hollywood news publication Deadline on Tuesday. While younger viewers may know him as grandfather Albert Pops in Solomon in the ABC network TV series The Goldbergs, his long film career included starring roles in The Duchess and the Dirtwater Fox in 1976 with Goldie Hawn, and Fun with Dick and Jane in 1977 with Jane Fonda. Born February 17, 1934 in a small town in the state of New York, Segal studied acting and had early roles in Broadway theater productions. His first major Hollywood role was in The Young Doctors in 1961 and later in The Longest Day in 1962, about the Allied landing in Normandy during World War II. In Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, he played a young professor alongside two megastars of the time, Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. Seagal won a Golden Globe Award for his role in A Touch of Class in 1973 with Glenda Jackson. On TV, Seagal was known for his roles in shows such as the NBC sitcom Just Shoot Me and later The Goldbergs, which began its run in 2013 and is still in production.
And finally, in our news, Brandon Ingram scored 36 points as the New Orleans Pelicans took full advantage of LeBron James' injury absence to pummel the Los Angeles Lakers 128-111 on Tuesday. Ingram, who was drafted by the Lakers in 2016 but traded away by the club in 2019, sent his former team sliding to defeat in a one-sided game at the New Orleans Smoothie King Center. The Lakers were rocked on Saturday by an injury to James, which has left the four-time NBA champion facing several weeks on the sidelines. With Anthony Davis and Marc Gasol already out injured, the depleted Lakers have now lost 3 consecutive games to fall to 4th place in the Western Conference standings at 28-16. Thank you for keeping me company. Yes.
That's it for tonight's broadcast. I miss you already.
I miss you too.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I am CJ Hero. We'll see you again tomorrow.
And at the end of the day, there remains so much more to be grateful for. I'm Alma Angeles, and
We
we live in interesting times.